What's up, everybody? Ben here with the Spirit of Running, and today we're talking about the Puma Magnify Nitro 2. This is a shoe that I'm really excited about. Before we get into the full review, let's go over some technical specs. The shoe retails for $140. The men's shoe weighs 10.9 ounces, women's weighs 8.6, and it has a 10 millimeter heel to toe drop. All right, as always, we're going to move through the shoe from the bottom to the top. One of my favorite things on all Puma shoes is the outsole. We've got a lot of Puma grip here in the bottom. With that Puma grip, I think it's the best rubber on the market. I think that one of the things that takes away some of the joy for some shoes for me is the grip. I think as we try to save weight, we're giving up some rubber on our training shoes. But Puma is just putting really fantastic rubber on the bottom of all their shoes. This shoe is no exception. I never had any issues in dry conditions, wet conditions, you name it, whether it was on-road or off-road. And I took this shoe kind of, all over the place. I think that the Puma grip is extremely durable, especially when you combine that with the nitrogen-infused EVA on the midsole. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. But all of that to say, you got a very durable shoe here. And I think that this is a shoe that if you're somebody who likes to mix it up a little bit, and you like to mix it up even within the same run, yes, this is a road shoe. It's not technically a trail shoe. It doesn't have the real deep lug, so it's not gonna be your I'm going mountain running shoe. But if you live in the city and you like to move on and off-road a little bit, I think this is a really phenomenal option. We've got a real thick stack of Puma Nitro foam. So this is a nitrogen infused EVA. What we get is a really nice responsive shoe, a responsive midsole, but that it's soft. So as I push in through the shoe, I get some really good kickback, off the ground. But man, this shoe really kind of goes head to head with the Brooks Ghost Max, the Hoka Clifton, and I think it holds its own for sure. We've got this sense of just smooth comfort and a really smooth ride. The arch placement is really good. I think that it's a fairly neutral arch, so it shouldn't bother most people. I think it's, it kind of just finds that center point. If you really like a high arch, you might need to add an insert to the shoe. But all in all, it's just a really fantastic fit. The midsole itself is incredibly durable. I have about 65 miles on the shoe. You can see with the Puma grip here, no wear or tear there. But where I've got that exposed EVA on the bottom, no damage. That nitro foam is incredibly durable as well. And that's why I feel like you really have just such a phenomenal combination with the Puma grip and the nitro foam in combination to make this probably one of the most durable shoes on the market. There's no plate in the midsole, no real special features. This shoe is just built to be a workhorse, and it delivers. Moving into the upper, we're working with an engineered mesh upper. I like that this shoe is a little stretchy, especially here in the toe box, so that mesh definitely has some give to it. I found that the shoe runs a little long, so I ended up going with a 9.5 rather than my 10. In hindsight, I do wish that I'd stuck with the 10 because even though it does run a little long, I just like the feel of the 10 on my foot long term. That being said, I did do all of the mileage in the 9.5. Never had any issues with it bothering my toes, and I think it's because of this front end, because it stretches just a little bit. When my foot was swelling towards the end of my long run, that it gave it space to swell into. Again, in hindsight, you're gonna have to get it on your foot and play with it. When in doubt, I think just stick true to size. They did include a gusseted tongue, so when you're running, that's about as far as it could go left to right. You know, it stays in place really nicely. A lot of padding around the heel collar and in the tongue of the shoe itself. Like I said, this shoe is built to be a workhorse. It's comfortable from bottom to top, and it's built to take you for those longer mileage days. Runners and walkers, I really think that this is a phenomenal shoe that's going to get a lot of miles for you. For me, I gravitate towards my long runs and my easier runs for this shoe, but it picks up that nitrogen infused EVA. Like I said, I think you get more responsiveness out of it than like a traditional EVA. So even though there's no plate and it's not a fast day shoe, I did find that I could really move with ease everywhere from like my easy run level up through my tempo run level. I felt very comfortable moving through that tempo level. Once I start hitting threshold level, I lean more towards having something that's, you know, feels a little faster. So, you know, in the Puma line, the DV8 Nitro 2, you know, with that plate in there. So if I had a workout within a long run, where, you know, I was doing a lot of long or easy miles before and after, and then I was picking up the pace in the middle, I definitely gravitated towards the Magnify 2. I think it's just a really solid shoe that, you know, can just really put in the work. I feel like when I'm running or walking, it doesn't matter what pace that I'm going, I feel really solid in the shoe, and I know where every step is going to be. In the gym, I think that, you know, the 10 millimeter drop can be problematic for some exercises, but as a general shoe at the gym, I think that it's really fantastic. This is another instance where I come back to the Puma grip, man. I think that it really is some of the best rubber on the market, and that Puma grip, you know, unless we're doing like a dance class where we want to be able to kind of shift and pivot, you know, on like in place, the grip that the shoe provides really does well for lateral movements, for jumping. You know, you got a really good, you know, position inside the shoe. The engineer mesh upper, like I said, it does have a little bit of stretch in the toe box, but, you know, in lateral movements, I never felt like it was stretching past the barrier of the shoe. So I still felt very secure in the shoe, you know, when I was working out or when I was running, and I don't think that that's going to be the issue. It is a higher stack height shoe, so when you're strapping into machines, so if you're doing a stationary bike or a rower, you might not get as secure a fit as you would with a thinner shoe. It's not going to be my, you know, heavy squat, heavy dead, because of the 10 millimeter drop. But I think that, you know, for general work, really phenomenal option. For work, I think that, man, it's super comfortable. So this again is one of my favorite shoes in my rotation right now. Yeah, as a running shoe, and I've worn it to work, and it's super comfortable for that all day wear. I think that the structure in the shoe really lends itself nicely to being worn all day. The midsole is soft, but firm enough that I'm not wobbly. And I think the fact that it runs long as well, especially if you're a longer shift worker, definitely works out in your benefit. So again, I would go true to size on the shoe. If you have the opportunity, definitely give this shoe a look. It's not going to be a slip resistant shoe, but you're going to be pretty solid in your footing on most surfaces. In summary, I think Puma really nailed it. I think that if you're in the running community, the walking community, and you're not paying attention to what Puma is doing, start paying attention, because they're doing incredible work. My biggest thing with Puma is sizing. Magnify 2, definitely one of my favorite shoes in the rotation right now. Phenomenal, just do everything shoe. You know, and you could even, you know, show up to a race in it and just finish comfortably. I think that, you know, for faster efforts. I lean towards the DV8 for race day, you know, but this is a strong contender because, again, I think you can easily get into harder efforts with this shoe, and it gives back to you. Definitely give the Magnify Nitro 2 a look, and give that whole Puma line a look, because again, if you're not paying attention, you're missing out. For the latest written reviews, go to spiritofrunning.com. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all the latest video content as well. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you have a happy 2024. And if your race is coming up, or if you're kind of restarting your training cycle, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you out there. Thanks.